Hello, my name is Adrienne Campos. I'm a first grade teacher at Woodrow Wilson Elementary School. You are watching Engage New York video number 2. Today we're going to be talking about subtraction strategies, which will be covered in Module 2. In Module 1, we learned about number concepts. We learned what numbers look like. We also learned that we can take two parts and put them together to make a larger number. So today we're going to be looking at 5 of the strategies that your child will be learning in Module 2. And we're going to do each strategy with the same number sentence. So we're asking our question is, how can we solve 13 minus 7? One of the first strategies we'll learn, and the one that they typically fall back on when they're working on their own, is to draw and cross out. And here you can see we have the 13 counters, and then they have just gone through and crossed out 7. Which leaves 6. And as I said before, this is fairly easy. This is something they can do on their own. But there is also the potential for them to make a mistake when they're drawing, when they're crossing out. So although this is the easiest, it's not always the most reliable solution we have. Next we have 5 groups. And what we're doing is we're still using the dots, only we're putting them in groups of 5. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. And when we're solving this, what we do is we tell them to use a shortcut. You know already that there are 5. We don't have to count them. So if we're doing 5, take away 7, we say 5, 6, 7. And that leaves 6 left here. This is a quicker way to do it. It saves a step, and that's the first of the harder strategies we learn. Our next strategy is to use a number bond. And here we're still drawing, except that we take our number and we're going to break it up into a 10 fact. So we'll say 13 can be broken up into 10 and 3. Our next step is to draw, still using 5 groups. And 3 down here. Now if we need to cross out 7, we'll take 5 from here and 2 from here, which leaves 5, 6 here. This is a little more unusual, and it's something that as adults we're not used to seeing, but this is a research-based strategy that is proven to work for children and help them remember this skill. Our next one is something we've seen in Module 1, and it is the part whole, where they've learned that the whole number goes here and the 2 parts that make up this whole number go on the bottom. Typically you'll see this when you're looking for a missing part of the equation. We call that an addend unknown. And the way to solve this is they've been taught that the largest number will always go at the top because that is the whole. We also have a part that we know, and they have a chant that we say, the part you know is the part you see. They can see this part, so they know that goes here. And now to find the remaining number, we start with the number that comes next in the counting sequence. And we're going to keep making the dots until we get to the number 13. So while your child is doing this, they'll say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which will leave them with 6 as the missing part. Finally, our last solution is that we will use a 10 frame. Now, it's not often that we use this. It Takes a lot of time to draw this, but for the students that need it, it can be a very useful tool. We know that whenever we see this filled in, it's automatically 10. So we start by telling them, let's fill it in, put one dot in every part of the frame, and they'll know automatically that there's 10, 11, 12, 13. Now you can choose to do the next step either one of two ways. You can start from the back and cross out 7, or you can start from the front at the top and go 5, 6, 7. That's up to your child. It's a personal preference. We typically go from here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which leaves us with 5, 6. These are the strategies that your child should know by the end of Module 2. There's not one particular strategy that they have to use over any other. It's a matter of personal choice for them, but we really want to encourage them to pay attention to their numbers, make sure they're drawing out their counters correctly, counting correctly, so that they can come up with a correct answer. If you have any questions, you may call me at our school, area code 909-580-5015, extension 7014, or you may contact me at adricamp@cjusd.net. Thank you for your support and have a pleasant evening.